Do you ever wonder how to tell if a guy is turned on around you? He may not say it, but there are always signs to know when a guy is aroused by you. You may not know the signs that we're talking about right away, but you will know by the end. You want to know how to tell if a guy is turned on around you, right? Well, there's no point watching chick flicks. They get you nowhere when it comes to knowing the signs a guy is aroused by you. Instead, we'll show you some of the actual signs of arousal. That's right, it's time you learned the truth behind it all. That way, the next time you're trying to figure out what this guy is all about, you'll remember the signs. And you're always one step ahead of the game. Conversely, if you want to arouse a guy yourself, while casually hanging out with him, use these subtle, but powerful, steps here to make a guy horny while sitting next to him. And if you want to make him hard while spending time with him, check out these 16 physical traits and moves by a girl that makes a guy hard. How to tell if a guy is turned on by you. Once you recognize these signs and learn how to tell if a guy is turned on by you, you'll have a hard time going back from there. You're always going to recognize a guy who lusts for you. And clearly know the ones who just like you, or are attracted to you. But remember, you need to see more than a handful of these signs to know for sure if a guy is turned on around you. Don't just pick one sign and assume every guy who hangs out with you is going to be aroused by your mere presence. Now that we got that out of the way, on to the signs to tell if a guy is aroused by you. Keep your eyes peeled, and be prepared to seduce. 1. All men are different. Okay, this is important, because no two guys are going to behave the same way when they're horny. Sometimes, a guy may want to make it very obvious that he's aroused by you, and you may see these signs instantly. At other times, a guy may want to be discreet, and may hide his state of arousal. So keep an eye on these signs. But remember that some guys are obvious with their attraction, and some guys are ninja-like in hiding their emotions. 2. He's always around you. If you're not attracted to someone, there's no way you're always around them. Why would you? You have no reason to. But if he's always there, always a couple of inches away from you, aside from him possibly being a close talker, he's into you. If a guy isn't into you, they'll keep a healthy distance. 3. It's in the eyes. It's all about the eyes, baby. But seriously, eye contact is huge when it comes to knowing how to tell if a guy is turned on around you. If a guy is aroused by you, you'll see that sparkle of horniness a mile away. It's hard to miss. You'll notice him giving you plenty of eye contact, with him trying to prolong it as much as possible. You'll see him staring at you, looking at you up and down from head to toe, asterisk discreetly, mostly asterisk, and you may also notice a slightly drunken expression on his face too. Maybe he's just drunk in horniness around you. 4. He's really fidgeting. When we're nervous around someone, we fidget. Unless you're a psychopath. But fidgeting is actually a release of energy. Sure, he wants to have his hands all over you, but he can't, and that's why his hands are fidgeting like crazy. Fidgeting, playing with objects, these are all types of physical outbursts to release some pent-up energy. 5. He likes to touch you. This doesn't mean he's grabbing your ass or breasts. If that's the case, he's a pig and you should look for another guy. But if he's touching your lower back when holding the door open for you, hugging you, brushing your hair out of your face, well, this man is into you. A man that's aroused will find any excuse to touch you. 6. There's subtle pressure in his touch. You'll easily notice this if you're sexually attracted to him too. Do you sense his arms wrap around just a bit tighter when you hug? Or do you feel like his body is pressed against your side just a bit more closely when you two are sitting or standing next to each other? When a guy is turned on or horny around you, he'd want to be as close to you as he possibly can. And it also means he wants you bad. But his social cues may stop him from behaving like a barbarian. 7. He's flirting with you. Flirting is basically when someone builds sexual chemistry with another person. If he's heavily flirting with you, he's subconsciously trying to see if there's sexual chemistry. Now, he wouldn't do that if you didn't turn him on, so clearly, he fancies you. 8. He's all about the smiles. Maybe he received a raise, or won the lottery, but the odds are he can't stop smiling because of you. If you're wondering how to tell if a guy is turned on, remember that turned on men will always be in a positive and smiling mood around the woman they like. But remember, while he's smiling, it's important to recognize how he smiles. Is it an annoyed smile, a fake smile? Or that I just want to take your clothes off, smirky smile? I hope it's the latter. 9. He's a nervous wreck around you. When you talk, he's stuttering, slipping through sentences, though cute for you. For him, it's a nightmare. For some men, Their complete ability to speak shuts down when they see a woman they're into. 10. He licks his lips. When it comes to figuring out how to tell if a guy is turned on, this one may sound a little odd, but rewind those moments in your mind where you may have thought that he was turned on by you. Was he licking his lips a lot? Probably. Lip licking is actually an automatic response, something he can't control. When he's stimulated, or turned on, he licks his lips. 11. He stares deeply into your eyes and lips. When you're talking to him, do you notice him staring deeply into your eyes, and looking down towards your lips often? That's because he's so irresistibly attracted to you, he just wants to lose himself in you. And of course, kiss you. 12. He tells you. When you're in a hot and heavy moment, you may hear him tell you that you turn him on. At this moment, he's probably not making this up. You're turning him on and he can't contain himself. If he tells you that he's turned on, well, let's just assume that he is. 13. You catch him staring at your girly parts. A respectable guy would avoid doing this in an obvious way. But if a guy is insanely turned on by your presence, he'd try to sneak a peek when you're not looking towards him. 14. You touch him, and he does more than touch back. He mirrors everything you do sexually. If you touch his fingers while talking to him, he'll run his fingers over your arm. If you pat his cheek, he'll try to stroke your cheek within a few minutes. When a guy is turned on around you, he may wait for you to make the first move. But he'd have a hard time holding back from doing more when you do make the move. 15. Did he just blush? Everyone always thinks it's a girl thing. Whatever, we're 2 decades into the 21st century, and blushing happens to all of us. Usually at the most awkward of moments. Not every guy that's turned on is going to peacock and make a move. Some guys are more reserved and shy, which means you'll probably catch them blushing around you. 16. His movements are firm, but confused. When a guy is horny and can't help himself, you'd notice an immediate change in his behavior. He'd rub his own face slowly and firmly, or run his hands against his thigh or knee firmly. Or grasp his drink a little more firmly. It's like he's confused, and doesn't know what to do with his hands, and he's doing everything in his horny mind to keep himself in control. 17. You're sexually touching him. If you're making out with him or grinding up against his penis, it's safe to say that he'll become aroused. This is usually when you'll feel the mighty boner, and figure out what's going on for him. 18. His manly voice comes out. How exciting, his manly voice. When a man is turned on, they almost morph into someone else, someone more manly. When men and women are turned on, they lower the pitch of their voice, subconsciously of course, to attract the person they're sexually into. He may start talking softly, slower, and take on a deep baritone like he's having a hard time getting the words out of his mouth. 19. His heart starts racing, and you can tell. How can you tell? Watch his body language. Does he seem to be breathing heavily? Or is he sweating in your mere presence? Does he keep inching closer and closer to you, while saying something? These are all signs a guy is turned on around you, and he's madly aroused. And he's just waiting for you to give him a sign that you feel the same way too. 20. The holy boner appears. Well, this is an obvious one, thank God, and a straight giveaway that he's turned on by you. If you're sitting at dinner next to him, or dancing with him at the club and feel something hard, in his pants, well, that's his boner. What happens next is up to you. All you need to know is that whatever you're doing turns him on. 21. He makes time to see you. It's one thing to see a guy friend every now and then, but another when he's constantly trying to hang out with you. Men are more likely to show their attraction based on how much they spend time with you. If they're always hanging out with you, well, chances are you arouse him. 22. You feel it. This sounds a little hippie, but don't ignore this sign. Nothing beats intuition, and because you're a woman, you're full of it. Listen, if you feel that a guy is sexually aroused by you, you're probably right. If you're into him, you feel a sparkle of energy inside of you. If you're not into him, you get a shiver up your spine. Romantic, right? You're probably going back and thinking about all the times where you missed how to tell if a guy was turned on by you. Now that you know the signs, you're one step ahead.